The moment Charlie revealed his identity, Shoud's whole person was as if he was struck by 5 thunders. He looked at Charlie dumbfounded, and blurted out in panic, Are you really Chang Ying's son? After saying this, he didn't wait for Charlie to answer, and he muttered to himself, It looks like this, there must be nothing wrong. Immediately afterwards, he hurriedly said, Mr. Wade, I am also considered to have some friendship with your dad. It stands to reason that you should call me uncle, Charlie said disdainfully. Let me call you uncle, you deserve it too? Shoud hurriedly said, I know, your perception of the Su family is certainly not very good, but our Su and Wade families have long had an agreement on non-interference and non-confrontation. Over the past 10 or 20 years, we have always followed the tenet of keeping the water in the river and developing the economy separately. You can't break this agreement? Charlie snorted coldly. The agreement between you and the Wade family is a matter between you and it, and has nothing to do with me, Shoud said in a panic. Your surname is Wade. You must also abide by the agreement between the Wade family and us. Charlie sneered. I don't recognize any agreement between you and the Wade family. I only recognize 5 words. Which 5 words? Charlie said word by word. Parents' hatred is not shared. Shoud panicked even more and blurted out, But the death of your parents has nothing to do with our Su family. Charlie said coldly. Your Su family took the lead in forming an anti-Wade alliance. For these words alone, you need to pay the price. Shoud quickly explained. Mr. Wade, when your father had an accident, I hadn't started taking over the Su family affairs specifically, and the anti-Wade alliance had nothing to do with me. Charlie stood up, grabbed Shoud's bathrobe collar, and sternly said, If it matters, it's not you who have the final say, but I have the final say. After that, he smiled faintly and said, Mr. Su, I have prepared a good room for you in the city. Since you are here, come with me and enjoy it. Shoud didn't know where Charlie would take him, let alone what he planned to do with him. Just by looking at Charlie's expression, he knew that it was definitely not a good thing, so he sobbed in fright and begged. Charlie, I really haven't done anything to hurt your father. The anti-Wade alliance was made by my father and my elder brother back then. Yes, you have the wrongdoer and the debtor. If you want revenge, you are looking for them, Charlie smiled and said, You Su family are really Fu King raccoon dogs. Whenever something happens, let your family take care of it. After speaking, his tone suddenly improved a bit, and he sternly said, But don't worry, your father and your brother can't run away, but it's a matter of time. Please come with me today. When the voice fell, Charlie stretched out his hand and slapped his forehead hard. Shoud only felt dizzy in his brain, and his whole person instantly lost consciousness. Immediately, Charlie asked Ruoli, Where is Steve? Ruoli hurriedly said respectfully, Coming back to young Master Wade, Steve was tied up after being knocked unconscious by me. He is on the balcony. It is good, Charlie nodded and said to Ruoli, Ruoli, you help me deal with the traces and don't leave any clues. Ruoli said without hesitation, Okay young Master Wade, handling the scene is one of my best things. In the past, Ruoli worked for the Su family, and there were often assassinations or kidnappings. Every time Ruoli was able to clean up all clues without leaving a trace, she was very capable in this regard. Charlie handed the scene to her and dragged Shoud, who was like a dead pig, to the huge balcony of the presidential suite. At this time, Steve, who was unconscious, had his hands and feet firmly bound by the sheets, and his body curled up into a spherical shape. Charlie took out his mobile phone and asked Isaac to tell the helicopter pilot to put down the rope, and firmly tied Steve and Shoud together with a sturdy nylon rope. Then the two were quietly lifted up by the winch. At this moment, Ruoli retreated while dealing with the footprints he had left, step by step back to the balcony, and respectfully said to Charlie, Master, everything is done. Charlie nodded. At this moment, Isaac sent a message, Master, a business car came from the airport and entered the hotel basement. The people from Shoud just blocked the basement. It is estimated that the people in this car should be there soon looking for him. You and Miss Sue moved slightly faster. Charlie smiled slightly. It should be Shode's friend here. As he said, he grabbed another rope and said to Ruoli, "Time is running out, you hug my waist, let's go up together." The helicopter only has 2 ropes on the left and right, the one hanging from Steve and Shoude. It is estimated that it will take at least 7 or 8 minutes to wait for the winch to lift them up, untie the ropes, and then lower the ropes. Since Shode's lover has arrived in the hotel basement, it is estimated that she will come up soon, so in order not to leave any clues, it is better to leave as soon as possible. Therefore, if 2 people use the same rope, a lot of time can be saved. Ruoli nodded immediately, but when he thought of holding Charlie, her cheeks were already warm. At this time, Charlie had grabbed the rope and said to Ruoli, "Hold my waist, don't be afraid, I will hold you tight." Ruoli whispered, "Okay, young Master Wade." After speaking, she mustered up her courage, stepped forward and hugged Charlie's waist. Feeling Charlie's hard chest muscles, Ruoli's face became more and more hot. This is the first time that she has been so close with a man. Charlie didn't think much about it. He hugged her tightly, wrapped the rope around the waists of the 2 of them a few times, and then squeezed one end of the rope in the hand that was holding Ruoli. After confirming that the ropes were tightly tied, he picked up the phone in the other hand and sent a voice message to Isaac. "Just let the helicopter rise, hurry up and get out of here." "Okay, Master." Isaac did not dare to delay and immediately asked the pilot to raise the altitude. Charlie held Ruoli and was quickly picked up by the helicopter. In order to ensure safety, Charlie has been holding Ruoli tightly, and Ruoli also strongly hugged Charlie's waist. Immediately afterwards, the 2 people's ground clearance increased, and the helicopter pulled up to a height of several hundred meters, and then flew towards Orville's kennel. After the plane flew away, the fireworks show on the river finally died down. Both sides of the Yangtze River quickly returned from noisy to calm. At the same time, a woman wearing a mask, sunglasses and a peaked cap took an Alpha Nanny car and arrived at the second basement parking lot of the International Hotel. Shode's people have been waiting here long ago. The nanny car stopped directly at the elevator entrance, and the surrounding area of the elevator had been completely cleared by Shode's men. There could not be any paparazzi lurking in, and even the surveillance video of the hotel parking lot was required to be shut down. The car door opened, and the woman who completely covered her face stepped down. Shode's assistant stepped forward and whispered, "Miss Zena, please come with me. The boss has been waiting for a long time." The woman hurriedly said, "Oh, then take me up quickly, don't make him wait in a hurry."